Hello everyone, today exciting day because I'm publishing my new pattern which is called Bed for a Pet. So straight away I'm going to tell you all the links are down below. There's a 20% coupon code for the pattern on RAVELRY, so check it out. It is available for a limited period of time, so grab it if you can. I'll put the pattern also on Lovecrafts, however they don't run any promotions, or I can't run any promotion over that, so it will be in regular price. Now let me show you first. So construction, as you can see, is a circular bed. We start from the middle and we're spreading it out until we reach the size we want to get. The pattern contains two sizes, although, you know, just measure your pet and see how big it is and add another, I would say maybe 5 to 10 inches. Depends how comfortable your pet feels when it sleeps. So before I do that, maybe on the screen I'll show you some photos. They're not the best quality. Our two cats, they don't stay in the house with us. They stay outside, but sometimes I have a tendency to bring them over to the house and they have to behave. And that was my idea, to create something for them, this bed, to show them where their area is and where they should stay, not move, and kind of works. You may notice over here also that I knitted a smaller version. So now I'm just showing you the big one over here. So even though the pattern is written down for worsted, well, the gauge I got 15 stitches per 20 rounds. But at the end of the day, you can use whatever yarn you want. And I would recommend you to maybe even use your leftovers, from perspective if you have any leftovers from a commercial yarn when you knit socks, because you can definitely hold the fingering weight yarn double. And even if you don't want that to be over here, so you don't want any bits sticking outside, I would tell you that over here then we have 3 folds, and in those folds I made so many knots and I just kept them inside that. In the pattern you'll find a link to the few tutorials, to magic ring cast on, how I do it with the knitting, with the knitting needles. Then a certain increase, but you can always change that for the one you like the most. I also include the tutorial to magic knot, how to join the yarn if you want to. That's what I was doing, my little 2 grams, 3 gram mini bits that I had left after knitting socks. Tutorial how to fold and knit, because you will be folding over here at the end to create those folds. Obviously, if you want, you can fill them with something so they will have more structure, but I presume that 3 folds will be fine for a pet or cat or a dog, just to put a head and relax. There are 2 options in regards to folds, and they are related to the yarn you're using. So for instance, if you want to use only one color yarn, there is an extra bit, maybe not extra, but there is a bit to do, so it'll be easier for you to pick up stitches on the wrong side. And then there's a slightly different, just omit the one thing, when you're changing colors, because it will be way easier for you to recognize the pearls on the wrong side. Last but not least, I haven't done that, but I thought it would be a brilliant kind of decoration thing. It's that the option also includes that you can put some bubbles, and there is a link to tutorial Barbara's bubbles, so if you want to check it out, please do. Just to show you one more bit, as an extra tip, you don't have to do it if you don't want to, but I think it's a brilliant idea for an extra layer for the isolation, but also from perspective of cleaning and tidying up after your pet. I knitted a circle, and as you can see, they're all little bits and 2-3 grams that I used. I used that on the back so you can see the wrong side. It is a magic knot joint, so maybe I'll put tutorial over here, so if you want to check it out, if I have, maybe I link it there. So at the end of the video, just click the mouse on the eye and they will pop in on the side. So this is what I did, because I thought it would be a brilliant idea. In case it gets dirty, then I can just take this and wash it and change it, not that I have to take all of it. In case you're wondering what kind of yarn I used, I didn't put any yarns inside the suggested yarns, because I got this yarn in Poland on the market. They're 100% wool from Polish sheep, and they're quite rough. I knitted 2 sweaters in it, so on the screen one over here which I gifted to my sister, and then another one for myself which I kept, and they're quite warm but they're itchy. So I thought to myself, can I reuse it for something? And this was the idea that I can do in case this bed gets very bad. If it's 100% wool, I can basically put it to the compost area, and you know, there's no waste over here, which I really like. However, obviously over here, when I use those little bits, I use the main colour as a cream, and then I added another fingering as those little bits, and most of this yarn is commercial leftovers, and most of them, they're 75% wool and 25% nylon. So, and I think it looks way better with the mat inside. So yeah. Oh yes, you may wonder, how much yarn do you need? Well, I kind of exaggerated. Some of my test knitters knitted a small version and they got around 460 or not even 500 grams of yarn that they used. So I wrote it down that 500 grams for a small size and 700 grams for a bigger size, although whoever knitted the large size went lower than 700 grams. I would truly recommend you to go through your leftovers, those snips and bits that you have and maybe keep after knitting socks, and try to use that for this project. And I think I took some photos when I was taking my little bits for the mat for this little circle. So over here you could see what I used and how little they were, and I was so amazed that I could literally use them all for such a big circle. Yeah, I think that's all. I hope you enjoyed this one and you're going to knit bed for your pet or for your friend pet, or maybe you'll ask in the shelter if they need anything like that, as you may have some leftovers here and there. Some animal can enjoy it. I think that's it. If you want to follow my knitting inspirations, stay tuned, subscribe, like, and till the next one. Bye. And I think the next one is going to be a small sweater, and I will tell you how I modified a pattern from a fingering weight yarn to a DK weight. Stay tuned.